Hello guys, a very warm welcome to Coding Skills Academy. So in this video, I'll be discussing 10 essential skills required for coding, or you can say these are the essential skills required for programming. So what these skills are and how you can develop these skills. So I'll going to have a series of videos on these coding skills. Say right now here we have a skill number 1, skill number 2. So for skill number, a set of videos will be there. So for skill number 2, a set of videos will be there. So you try to watch all the videos coming in this series in order to master the coding skills. So the first skill is clear idea about how data or values are stored and represented. So this way, all the 10 skills, what I do, I'll be discussing with the help of C programming. Say we'll be doing two things here parallelly. We'll be developing our coding skills at the same time. We'll be able to learn and understand the C programming concepts. So with the help of C programming concepts, I'll help you in developing these coding skills. So essentially, C programming will help you develop coding skills. So it provides you the various basic programming constructs required. So if you understand or if you learn C programming in the beginning, before learning any other language, it will form a sound base in programming, sound base in coding. That's how I'll be using C language to demonstrate or development of coding skills. So what the 10 skills are? Say first of all, you need, when you write or when you program, that we'll see in the next slide what is programming and what is coding. Whenever we write a program or when we code, we invariably come across the need of processing of data. So here the data is stored, how we can store it, how we can retrieve it, that all is again a programming skill. So how we can do it, that's what we'll discuss in the first skill. Then the second skill is know how to initialize variables. So when you are coding, some of the data must be initialized, then it will be processed, and how it will be displayed, how it will be output, that we'll discuss in the second skill. Third, a complete and clear understanding about processing of data. Say when you write a program, normally why you write? In order to process the data and produce information. So how, what kind of processing skills you need, and how the programming languages support you, what is the support for that processing, that clear understanding will help you in developing coding. So that's why I'll be demonstrating these concepts with the help of C operators, that we'll see in the coming videos, in subsequent videos. Then another very important concept associated with coding is decision making. When you write program, at some points you have to make decisions, you have to take diversions, how you can do, how the language is supported. So through language, through C language, C programming, I'll demonstrate how decision making is done. Say normally in programming we make use of if else statements, switch statements, conditional operator. These all decision making constructs normally every language supports. So if you know here thoroughly, in no time you can apply these decision making constructs in any other language. That's how this is one of the coding skill. The next is how to perform tasks repeatedly. When you write programs, normally you need to do things repeatedly. By doing things repeatedly, you achieve something. So how repeatedly and iteratively you can do it? The languages which support this particular thing is like loops we use for this. There are different kinds of loops. We use while, do while, for loop, and how they are used to perform the task repeatedly, that I'll demonstrate, and we'll develop a skill of coding for repetitive tasks or iteratively. There is another option available for doing things repeatedly or iteratively, that is a recursion concept, that also we'll address when we discuss these points, these skills. The next skill is An understanding about local data and global data. When you write programs or when you need to perform coding or do coding, the concept of localization of data is very important. So if the data is local, how it should be retrieved, how it should be accessed, and when the data should be made local, when the data should be made global, these aspects must be clear to you in order to become a good coder. So this is again forms one of the coding skill. So the next one is knowledge of modular programming. Nowadays, the modern programming languages, right from C language, C, C++, Java, Python, they all support modular programming, breaking off a big program into small modules, and then you integrate them. So how you define such small modules? Like we learn the concept of functions. So through functions, I'll demonstrate you what is modular programming and how you can develop modules and integrate them, how you can establish communication between them. This is one of the essential skill you need to know when you want to perform modular programming, when you involve with the modular programming languages. Then the data manipulation using references, that is addresses. Some of the time you will manipulate the data using variables. Some of the time, if the variable name is not available, if the variable is not available but its address is available, you need to manipulate it using address or a reference. How it is done, that I'll going to demonstrate you here. Then the ninth skill is knowledge of basic data structures for storing homogeneous data. You develop normally code or program to process data. When you have a data, you may be having a set of data or bunch of values. How you can represent, how you can store them, how you can access them, that all we learn in this skill. Then if the data happens to be of different types, heterogeneous data, what are the ways to represent such a data and how we can access it, how we can manipulate it, this is forms the last skill here. So this is how all these 10 skills we learn through C programming. So let's now start learning C programming, and then one by one these constructs and these essential skills also we'll learn. If you have been asked, or you might have come across many times, what is programming or what is coding? Normally, you will find the definition as programming is writing or developing a set of instructions, and those instructions we write for performing a particular task to computer. We feed those instructions to computer in order to perform a particular task. Like if you want to find sum of two numbers, you will write a code for it. If you want to find what is the discount amount on a price, if the discount rate is this much, so this way there are different tasks. For that you will be writing a program. So that is writing a set of instructions to computer to perform a particular task. So in my opinion, this definition is not complete, since you are supposed to add one more term here, one more word here. What is that? This particular task, to perform a particular task automatically, we want it to happen automatically. That's why we write a set of instructions. So how you can make a process automatic, how you can make a task automatic? You can make a task automatic, or you can make a process automatic by writing a set of instructions to computer. Then the computer will start performing it automatically, which we used to do earlier. You have to add like that, which we used to do earlier manually. We used to do it manually. Now we are doing it automatically because we are writing a set of instructions. This is what programming. And coding is, again, it is not different from programming. It is part of programming. You can say, I can say coding is a sub job, subtask. It is a subtask of programming. When we talk about program, what it does some task completely. Say one task A, you are writing program for task A. So program means what it is? Task A done completely. So if I say I have written code for A, so it may be complete, or it may be part of it. So part of it also we call it as a code. So if you have a program, say I'll demonstrate you here. So this is, I say it is a program. This program may have some subtasks, some parts. Say this is a code for task A. This is code for task B. This is code for task C. This entire task is, say, task X. Then what happens now here? It is a program X. Program X means it is a complete code A plus code B plus code C. This all together we call it as a program. So program is a code. Every program, how you can say, every program is a code, but every code is not a program. So if you have some code, it may not be a program. Program is what? It will perform one task completely. Some task is there. So if you write 2 lines also, then we say it is a code. It's a code. But these 2 lines we may not call it as a program unless it performs one particular task. So this is how coding and programming is there. So programming is a broad term. Coding is a part of that programming, you can say. So what this skill, the skill number 1, we'll start learning in the next session. So next video I'll be demonstrating you this skill, how you can develop a skill like to storing data, accessing data. What is that variable concept? So variables, we need variable construct, constant, and data types. This is the one of the skill. What are the data types? You should know what are constants and what are variables, how they are used in program. So if you have an idea, clear idea about this, then you will be able to code, or you will be able to write program. This is how, this is the one of the essential skill, and I call it as a number 1 skill. So that we'll discuss in our next session. So I hope you enjoyed and you got an idea what are the essential skills we need. Basically through C programming language we learn all these things, and it will be an entire series, so don't miss that series. If you take up the videos in entire series, I'm sure you will be able to develop the coding skills and you will become one of the best programmer. Hope you enjoyed the session, and if you liked it, please share with your friends. Thanks for watching.